you know what would have happened the Hanikisa Tsena mentorship program? I would have had to learn the hard way. I would have tried a few things, probably failed, and given up.
Be the first to be privileged to hear a new declaration. When are you stopping, and are you not going to make it permanent? I want you to tell the people now. When are you stopping alcohol completely? This is Mogobe Nuggets of Wisdom podcast. We enthuse, we energize, we inspire, and we empower entrepreneurs and entrepreneurs of all stripes in BW and beyond. Dumela and welcome to another episode of Mogobe Nuggets of Wisdom podcast. This one episode is very, very different from the rest in the sense that we're here to talk about our mentorship program. Me and the team thought it's important that you understand why we're so obsessed with the mentorship program, and we give you some POC, which stands for proof of concept, in terms of a previous mentee who's gone through the program, the metamorphosis that he underwent, and his experiences in that regard. Let me also start by asking you to please strike that subscribe button. You know, when I discovered that 80% of you view our program without subscribing, it made me a little sad. And the numbers don't lie. We have close to 30,000 individuals watching our YouTube program every 28 days. But the subscriptions are not that encouraging because we're right now at about 23,200 subscribers. So can I ask you, specifically you, if you have not yet struck that subscribe button, to do so now? Can I also do a shameless plug of my book? It's now a bestseller. It's available from Exclusive Books. It's available from Sasritzakama International Airport, and also from the first floor here in Mogobe Plaza. It's only $350. Please support us whichever way you can. And I'm about to introduce my guest, but before I do, he's a physician, he's a former mentee, he's a fitness enthusiast. I call him Mr. 10,000 Steps, and you'll know why in a moment, why I call him that. But let me give him a chance to introduce himself a bit further. He's been a guest before. If you type the name Dr. Victor Thuto, you'll see that there are previous episodes where he paid us a visit. That having been said, welcome to the studio.
Thank you for that great introduction, sir.
Yeah.
Indeed, Mr. 10,000 Steps.
Mm-hmm.
My name is Thuto Victor. I originate from Hamale Tekoramozwa. Both my parents ke Bale Tekoramozwa. I am a doctor by training. I studied in the Caribbean School, St. George's University. I came back 2016, approaching 10 years of practice now. And then I have my own practice, Eternity Medical Practice. We are now approaching 3 years Rentero operator. We are situated go Gaborone West Phase 1, Temo Gaborone Mona. It's a GP clinic, general practitioner. So we attend to common ails, chronic disease, headache. We attend to almost everything. We are jack of all trades. We don't do surgeries though. Along the way, I decided to go back to school, occupational health, because I began to realize what our work is related to our health. It seems there's a big link between our work and our health. So I'm also an occupational medical practitioner now, which means I can go into the workplace, assess workplace environments, and guide organizations on how to safekeep the health of their employees. As you're saying, I did enroll into the mentorship program. I think it was early last year when I enrolled into the mentorship program. I had heard about it from a friend. A friend of mine said, Vic, I see you are really trying a lot of things. You've got great energy. You are passionate. I see a lot of potential with you. Why don't you try out Mr. Mogobe's classes? and I think we were one of the first cohorts at the time. He was referring to real estate, but it happened when I came and checked out, it was mentorship, which was open.
Entrepreneurship.
Entrepreneurship, sorry, which was open. And I enrolled, like they say, the rest is history. Now we are here. I'm an alumni. I've made friends from the group. I've had business partners from the group. Like my company secretary, I met him in the group. There's a gentleman who gives me IT solutions. I met him from the group. So it was a worthwhile investment, I would say.
What actually motivated you initially to join the program? We can call it MEMP, Mogobe Entrepreneurship Mentorship Program.
So when I journeyed into business myself, I knew I wanted to be a successful businessman. I wanted to be the boss of my own time, thinking I wouldn't get to work a lot. But lo and behold, there's a lot of work involved with self-employment. I was struggling, I might say. There was a missing link. Being a doctor, being trained in the traditional sense, academically on medicine, and then when you graduate, you are a doctor, all you know is the arts and science of medicine. You don't get to be trained on entrepreneurship. They don't tell you how to run a payroll, run HR, all of these other skills which are important when you are doing your own business. So I soon realized I was out of my depth. Being a brilliant doctor does not necessarily mean you'll open a GP and you'll run it successfully if you are not skilled with those skills which are required. So I realized I was in trouble. I was looking for places I could get help. And it was just good fortune, an opportune timing that when I asked my friend, he then directed me to the mentorship program. The first session, I think it was for free. He said, come, they're having a free session, come and just explore it, get a taste for it, see how it is like, and see if it's something you'd consider investing in.
That's good. How would you describe yourself personally and professionally before joining the program?
I've always been, I'd say, my partner the other day nantare ke tswana le pitbull ha ke loma ha ke tlogele. So I'm relentless. I was a good student ko skolong, coming up ko skolong there's always competition for the prize. If you don't get a prize, best students in, I always had to have best prize so I've always had that thing I had to be number one. And so I'm very passionate, I'm very OCD, I think that's the way.
Obsessive compulsive disorder.
What does it entail? What takes for this thing in successful? And if you say I can't do something, I want to know exactly what I am. So it's cost me a lot of headaches in relationships in the past, because people will say, and I would always be wanting to push. But now it's turned out to be an asset, because that tenacity and resilience, I'm always pushing.
So what would you say are some of your biggest lessons that you learned from the mentor? First, I'm going to ask you the embarrassing question from my point of view of describing your mentor. And then after that, what are the biggest lessons you learned from this particular mentor?
Funny enough, we all have mentors, and they say you shouldn't meet your mentor. You shouldn't meet your idol. Mainstream media, but you shouldn't meet your idol, because Lerumo is just human. But with mentors, fortunately, some of them like yourself is different. You would think you now are a successful entrepreneur. From where we are standing, you seem to have it all. One would think you would now ease off or rest or relax, resting on your laurels, your success. But then I see you you are the first one to arrive to work, the last one to leave work. You also want to be involved in every process. And the way you are involved in it, you are not really micromanaging. You are guiding, gently guiding, oversight. So it's refreshing to see, or you still have that hunger and drive even after all those years. Then you realize, it's not about the destination. It's not about I want to reach this certain point, then I'll be fulfilled. It's about the process. I'm serving a particular purpose. So it was eye opening to see someone who's that hungry, who can apply themselves that much as well. And you shared stories about how sometimes when you were you would have to work hours on hours. You'd have to be sacrificing family times. It's refreshing because these are things we often see in the movies. And now we get to see it. To say, okay, we can actually have this success. We are capable of these things. And there's a formula. So meeting you and seeing you from far, and your humility as well. You see,
Thank you.
I think you probably can solve most problems in a very short time or period of time because of your experience. But when we approach you, even when you know the answer, no. You want to, it's like you are a doctor. It's like you're in a consultation room. You want to dig out my thinking, my processes. Dr. Victor, why is your ideation like this? Why you want to invest this much towards this thing? What are you anticipating? What have you considered? 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5 things. So most people who are knowledgeable, who've got the success to back them up. Sometimes confidence, unfortunately, it eats away the humility part. They don't have time for you. So they will cut you short. Hold it there. So it was refreshing to see such humility, or you would engage with us even on our crazy ideas. You don't say, no, that's a crazy idea. You want to explore it and really try and
but I'm going to push you there to just share some of the lessons and ideas that you picked from some of these sessions. For instance, is there any particular book that impacted you, and why?
With mentorship, we make jokes. Mentorship is overrated. People are overselling. I started with a feather, then I've got a full poultry, 600 chickens. That's our stereotype and our bias ka mentorship. But that is not mentorship. Mentorship is not to guarantee your success. Mentorship helps you to transform yourself, how you do things. It helped me to be resourceful. Lantla, we were given prescribed books. Blue Ocean Strategy. It says, don't go and try and replicate success. You are if you are not first, if you are second, but if you are second, you are the first of the failures. You are the first of Babatlang Komoraho. So you want to create a niche. You want to find market solve a new problem, successful. And then I was saying, wow, this is amazing. This speaks to me. Let me look for problems in the health sector. I can be number one solver. And I already had an idea working. Because I knew from World Health Organization advisory sedentary lifestyle is actually harmful to bodies.
They say sitting is the new smoking.
Sitting is the new smoking. You know what was my biggest problem at my practice? You come to me and I tell you, go and exercise, go and eat healthy. Then that's it. I have no way to hold your hand to see that you are actually doing those things. And then from Blue Ocean Strategy, I said, what if as a doctor there was a way I can actually go with the patient to their home, maybe ke monitor, ke mo thuse, ke mo mentor, ke mo tshwarele tsogo la gagwe gore a nne active. You know what's happened since then? A lot of people joined our Move for Health. We do monthly challenges where they, for 3 weeks, walk at 10,000 steps every day. A lot of people, they join that, they walk the 10,000 steps a day. You know what happens how there are 10,000 steps a day? You think, I have to go to bed on time, or get a walk, so get me refreshed. You sleep kanako, you recover from whatever the body is going through.
And you cut down the riffraff.
Exactly. As you are walking, you say, I can't be walking a bekeja anyhow.
Junk, yeah.
Then you look into your diet. You say, I can't be walking a bekeja. So I'm just saying, from a single book. But then another book, as a doctor, I didn't know how to set up a business system, a business structure, and then E-Myth
Revisited.
E-Myth Revisited came
by
to
Michael Gerber.
by Michael Gerber. This is how you set up a business. This is how you grow a business from an idea, the ideation stage. You build it to a big business, and you can actually scale it. Ubuladi branches. So, you know what would have happened? The mentorship program. I would have had to learn the hard way. I would have tried a few things, probably failed, and given up, because most of the time we give up on our first failures. But because now you had transformed how I approach things, you have taught me to be resourceful, to say, if you've got a problem, you're not the first person to experience that problem. There's a book that exists. They had the same problem, and they documented how to overcome that problem.
Yes.
And then there's a book here, Think Big and Grow. Think and Grow
Rich by Napoleon Hill.
Yeah, Think and Grow Rich. That book is basically a summary about how successful Americans in the 1800s and early 1900s, how they were doing things. Brief history story. No, my Ford adira engine, no adira Carnegie adira the railroad man adira. Those people, they were failing multiple times, but they never gave up. So Rona, my parents were not entrepreneurs. Mobotswana, our economy is very new. We are not brought up from background business.
From a generation of entrepreneurs.
I don't know. My first experience in entrepreneurship was when I said Keahubula Clinic. So without that history, without kisa bewa pokhwana entrepreneurship, I was starting off 100 years behind. So I only catch up kahobala Bo Elon Musk, Bo Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos, how he was not making profit for 7 years.
What does that
systems mean? Was he building in those 7 years? 7 years, how many months? It's 84 months. In those 84 months, it's not like he was sitting here, there are processes that are involved with doing entrepreneurship. You were saying which books transformed me. So all the books taught there's a little bit of, it's like building a house. Which structure is the most important thing? Is it the window? Is it the door? Is it the front? All of them, they come together.
Did the program itself change the way you view leadership, the way you view business and personal development?
So let's just disclose, I'm not getting paid for this. Kind people will think, maybe there's a favor or something. And, mentorship program, the way it's structured, it was run, we had 12 sessions. They were run over 6 months. So that was 24 weeks. So those sessions need a structure. We would meet and maybe talk about how you set up financial system of an organization. We would meet and talk about how you run HR, how you do admin, how you do operations. So those lessons start building up a company, entrepreneurship, and the structures involved. Funny enough, they impacted my family more than they impacted Kotiro. Especially, simple example, Kotiro, you have to manage your leave days. You have to say, babereki ba me ba ya go tsamayang along the year, mang o tsaya malatsi a gagwe ga kae, mang o tsaya malatsi a gagwe, and you have to make sure that they actually take those days, because if they don't take those leave days, ha ba go re chaisa mo company, you have to pay out those leave days. So you need a leave management system. So you sit down with your staff and you say, give me your leave plans, and all of them they compile and they say, we won't be in on those days. So now you have to make a plan and say who's going to cover, who's going to be working on their behalf on those days. So you can be successful without particular systems of engaging with your workers, having a system bereki for customers, for clients, banks. You need systems. And then I realized what is the same. My kids, I used to view them like I'm their father, everything I say goes. And then after I was forced to have dialogues from the mentorship program, entrepreneurship is about having conversations, and having shared visions and common goals, partnerships. Then I will go to my kids. Nowadays I talk to them, I say, guys, how like I'm saying, now this is what I'm thinking. Can we do this? What about if we do this? Ban challenge, we take a common consensus choices. Last example, I don't want to be too winded.
I'm enjoying this.
You know, go company, if I'm not there as the head, there has to be number two. There has to be somebody who owns second. That person, I have to train them to know when the CEO, when the director, when the doctor is not in, I step up. And the team also has to be aware of that designation, or this person is the second in charge. So when I'm not in, I know whom to call first. And also when I'm not going to be in, I know to give them notice and say, I won't be coming to work for this week. I've got this engagement. Please cover me. Cover. You know what other unit or system the same structure? Our families. With my partner also, she's my second in command. If I'm going to be coming home late, I have to call and say, late. Don't be worried. Make sure the kids that are doing their homework, their bath, they're tucked in. I'll probably come when you are sleeping. So if you don't take care of your organization, if you don't take care of your second in command, the company is going to fail. You are not going to be profitable. If you don't take care of your partner, if you want to empower, what's not the communication?
The family is going to fail.
It's going to collapse. So I think that's the biggest thing I learned more entrepreneurship.
Wow.
It was not even related to entrepreneurship, but nonetheless, that was my biggest takeaway from
because you cannot change in one area without it cascading to other areas of your life.
Exactly.
I was going to ask you if there's a particular aha moment, especially from the various guests that we brought in. I know we brought people from across the whole spectrum of industry. Is there any particular one that you listened to and you said, aha, this is something special?
Guru.
Yeah.
Mr. Guru.
Guru Gurumuti.
Mr. Guru Gurumuti. Mr. Guru Gurumuti, when he came, he was very generous with his sharing with us his education. And also, he was very keen and eager to work with us. But there was one obstacle, there was one prerequisite, there was one thing we had to do for him to buy in and work with us. Mr. Guru, he was okay with our ideas, but he wanted more than ideas. He wanted our skin in the game. He wanted our proof of concept. He was saying, just do. Just do. You know, as Botswana, then I realized we get attached to our ideas and business ideas in an unhealthy manner. Idea, problem, maybe I get a online cab company. And then 3 years is going to pass. And then after 3 years, I see somebody else, I did really the same thing. And I say, I knew this could work. So that then woke me up to say, yo, Vic, outside the recipe, people are going to do these things and you can't even blame them. And then the other one tied to that one, no one will ever have the same vision as you. So those business ideas, our mentors, non-disclosure.
We don't sign
Hey,
those
what is a
things.
non-disclosure? idea, you are not even prepared to execute mogopolo. How? Tell me, go correct, go bank. So, but we should embrace failure. We should be bold and brave with trying out our business ideas. We can fail 99 times, but we just need to win
To make up
once.
for all those.
Exactly. So let's just execute. Let's stop talking.
Let's go to specifics now. How did the mentorship program assist you in changing either the direction or the structure of your business?
You know, when the rubber hits the road,
Yeah.
kinda mentorship, we come and we talk. So I think I was in denial because I agree we talk about our cash flows, our business plans, we talk about all of these things. But one of our weaknesses, at least my weakness when I started, was managing cash flows, financial compliance, and not having a solid financial system. But then, just along the way, I realized, Vic, you have to stop fooling yourself. You have to now be intimate with your numbers. You have to know where company. And then there was a gentleman, Mr. Arnold Tambi, who was coming to our sessions also. He talked to us about, he's a tax consultant.
Yes.
And he talked to us about tax. And you know, tax is one of the capital crimes you can ever commit. So I think that's why I pick it as one of the biggest lessons I learned from the mentorship, because I got to finally wake up from the slumber and say, Vic, stop fooling yourself. Build a financial system here, go wrong. It doesn't matter what at the end of the day, we tell 500 I was very embarrassed to say, Kihira consultant, no, just build the system, see the numbers, talk to the numbers, plan project. It will help you grow. And then once we set up a financial system, I've changed the way I approach my decisions. What can we buy? What can we not buy? Whom do we buy from? How do we order? We get multiple quotations, because I know the bottom line, every tab counts. So I think that's one of the things boni di change physically, when as lantana ke tseng di receipt mo boxing mala tsinyana ke na le an online system e leng la receipt e tara capture it's an mo system. We've got a la gona ne ke khona go log in be ke go bolela gore what's our financial standing.
That's very good. I'm mesmerized. I'm actually very, very excited about what you've said, because it looks like things have gone better than I had imagined myself. What about your confidence? One of the things that I insist on in this program is that you should go in front of others. I'm ever mindful of the fact that Warren Buffett says that the sure thing that he did that made him a millionaire, then a multimillionaire, was for him to enroll in New York long ago for a program by Dale Carnegie on public speaking. And I've always insisted that you guys are not just reading for the sake of reading. You are reading to internalize and then to come and present. And I've seen you present when you started, and I've seen you present towards the end. What would you say about the confidence and the presentation skills that you acquired or forced to develop?
I think the confidence it developed. It came from reading, but the word I want to use is studying, because nowadays we can watch podcasts, and we get lessons from them also. So there's reading, then there's watching the podcast. So I think is it Warren Buffett, 52 books in a year, a book a year, if not more?
Well, Warren Buffett says he reads 6 hours a day. he doesn't disclose how many books in a year, but
Error.
it's a lot of time to be reading. And
So-
then it's generally accepted that average CEO of the top 500 companies in America reads 52 books a year, which works out to one book a week.
Error. I'm not quite there yet.
Mm.
Go 52 books a year, but then I read. You know, one of the things we struggle with is consistency. But thank God I read. I think the 5 a.m. Club was one of the books I read back to back. I think and then because the 5 a.m. Club, the way it's narrated, and then the characters in there, through
Was
their personal
spellbinder.
transformations, exactly. So I read that book, and then that book allowed me to read more now. And then there is someone who said that you should read as many books as you can. But then he also puts a caution, a disclaimer, class. Not all books are the same. It's like a buffet. Now, considering you taste more, you spit it out more tipping. This is not to my taste. So you have to go through many books to see what enjoy and they speak to you. And the latest mentor we follow currently in this season, Alex Holmes. He's a successful entrepreneur.
He's a very bearded guy.
A very bearded guy, can shorts and
Yeah.
things. You are very afraid to do that idea you have. But you won't be here in 100 years' time. So what's holding you back? Can you just do what you are fearful from? So Alex Holmes speaks about consistency, and then he advises simple systems. In a day, in the morning, first 4 hours, think about the big things you want to achieve. Plan out the big things. Then after the 4 hours, execute them, operationalize them. And then the last 4 hours, do a monitoring and evaluation. So simple systems that now we've managed to put in place. They've come from these books. Confidence only came from doing. Even like Alex Holmes, the more you do, doing is the evidence you can. Doing is the evidence
So
you
you
can.
have to
So
create the
the
evidence.
more evidence you have, the more confident you become. But if you don't do, in the absence of evidence, then the confidence won't be there.
That's brilliant. Did mentorship itself for you, the MEMP program, did you open opportunities for collaboration, partnerships, or even funding?
Collaboration and partnerships. There was a time I used the chatbot system at my clinic. The gentleman who was setting up the chatbot for me was coming through the mentorship program with me.
Was he a fellow mentee?
He was a fellow mentee. It was funny because Lene at the time, he was not convinced of his idea. Now I'm saying, Mona, what are you talking about? This chatbot is going to solve 90% of my problems. I'm going to automate my programs. Yeah, no, it means I've got more hands to do the things I enjoy. Don't worry, this is a good idea. And I think he went on to do well. Some big organizations do engage it, is giving them IT solutions. Like I said, another fellow mentee.
He's still using the bot?
No, we've moved up. We've upgraded to AI. Yeah, no.
No, okay, yeah.
Another. We got a website. Read this website there on our patient management system. We consult bookings are done on the website. Your how's it school. Your notes are in your phone. Run an application from the website.
Wow.
So that's what we are using now. Download our website, our app.
But do you say that is a result of the mentorship program initially, starting with the bot and then escalating to where you are? Directly or indirectly?
This is how I'd put it. This is how I'd answer you. 4 years ago, I was employed, and then I was working for this big manufacturing company as a manager. Little experience, just academic. And then my way of thinking, I would say it was one-dimensional. I knew where the company should go, But execution and strategy implementation, the soft skills, the actual skills, I lacked them. Now, if you can put me back in that situation, I would achieve 100 times what I achieved. What I'm trying to say, Kore, mentorship transforms you. It makes you resourceful. It makes you hunt for solutions. You put out the oklapa. You know, I came from idea. No, this is not how things are done. This is the way we do things. This is how things are supposed to be done.
Yeah.
Now I want to disrupt. Now I want to say, how will things be done 10 years from now, so that Kisimul can launch other thing now.
Wow. Wow, that's brilliant. Now, what I've also noticed at a personal level is you're no longer a consumer of alcohol. You, as you mentioned, you are Mr. 10,000 Steps, and you are very, very conscious about your health. It's also part of your specialization. Has the mentor or the mentorship program influenced you in any way in that regard?
I think indirectly, yes. Okay. When I took a year of alcohol deliberately. I said to the
before, after the program, or during?
After, because it was from the 1st of October last year to September 30th this year. So I said to alcohol,
during the program.
Yeah, during. I said to alcohol, you and I have got a abusive, unhealthy relationship.
Just dysfunctional.
Let me put you aside for a bit while I work on myself. Because also, when you are building a business up, you need to be on your full faculties. You need clarity of thoughts. How by the time you come to K4 watch, I see you. So I said alcohol, we're not going to I didn't have money to now but ultimately, I think you talk about how you are an early riser and you sleep early. So this is one of the things that for a fact I can say this is the number one thing to change their life. Robala before 10 p.m. So I got 3, 4, or 5 and then hit the day running. Before the mentorship program and the things that happened thereafter. There was a time when I decided, now I'm going to try this thing. I'm going to try work on my sleep. You know, if you've got a curfew, say you sleep 9 every day. No matter what you're rested, you're refreshed. But before, to my demise, detriment, I'm still in slumber. The day is gone. And I'm not able to eat well. I'm not able to exercise. I lose a lot of things. I compromise on a lot of things.
Yes.
But go to sleep, you get clarity of mind, even to quit alcohol. Though it was tough, full disclaimer because my friends are going to watch this. I decided to try it again. I never said it's for good. I kept saying that to them. I never said for good. I just
only took a year's break.
I only took a year's break. But then the few weeks I tried it, I can see the cost. If I go hiking, I gotta give them the crampets, I gotta indigestion. So very soon
the system is disused to
I'm considering Hotlala for good, but
well, I've been without it for 25 years. It works.
Wow. No,
it's brilliant.
Very soon, say I'm not ready.
One of my mentors, because I also have mentors, Mr. Muni, Manha Muni says, do not do anything unless it is necessary. Don't do things that are not necessary. Alcohol consumption, smoking, womanizing, those things are clearly unnecessary. Unless you can convince me otherwise. Can you?
I can't. And, we used to say a certain amount of wine is proven to be protective momeli. Recently, there's been a study out that says no level of alcohol is protective momeli.
I think the previous study was sponsored by wine manufacturers.
Probably. Now they're saying zero alcohol.
Yes.
They're saying zero alcohol. And looking at the 12 months I had, saying alcohol free. And the 1 month where I was just dabbling, trying, I see I've got a serious decision to make.
So can we be the first to be privileged to hear a new declaration? When are you stopping, and are you not going to make it permanent? I want you to tell the people now. When are you stopping alcohol completely?
Putting me on the spot, sir.
That's the idea. That's the objective.
Well, no. What's stopping me from stopping now?
Yes.
Eh,
So I want to hear it.
Today, the 6th November, 2025, lunchtime, Gaborone time, Dr. Victor declares for the next 24 months.
No, please make it permanent. Make it permanent.
Permanent, sir.
Yeah, please. You don't need it.
Error.
Has it ever done any good for you apart from taking money from you, taking your mind away from you,
Error.
and then, slowing you down?
Today, 6th November 2025, lunchtime, Gaborone time, Dr. Thuto Victor, I hereby declare ke tlogela bojalwa for good.
Okay, so it's a permanent divorce. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
All right. How did my philosophy as your mentor or leadership style influence you personally? You've touched on this, but are there any things specifically that are replicable or replicatable that you've picked on?
Your humility. Your humility. I don't know. We're going to maybe
But is it it doesn't show humility when we are busy showing the whole world talking about our mentorship program and how wonderful we are? Does that show humility?
But we've had one-on-one sessions.
Yes.
Corey, I wanted to qualify it and say, I've seen you dig for feedback from people. And almost plead with them and say, Bakhaitso, are you appreciating? Is the service okay? Where can we improve? Is it to your expectations? What are your thoughts? So, Corey,
I see what you mean. I was actually just teasing you. This is marketing. It's nothing to do with humility.
So I agree. You're saying my takeaway. Now I've learned there is no. I would be emotional, reactive. I'll take things personal, even when I was getting constructive feedback, negative. But when you engage, you say, let's talk about this. Let's help me understand and they say, how can you humble waska feedback? Down the line, no one is going to give you any feedback in your life, and you are going to regret. The world is not talking back to you, giving you that feedback. So now I say, why your humility is a strength. Everyone can approach you. You cannot be walking down the line, down a restaurant, waitress, or today.
What do you expect?
What can we do to improve? And I was reading Jensen Han in Nvidia. He's got this thing here, top 5 things. Apparently, he asks all of his staff to send him an email every day with their top 5 recommendations to improve NVIDIA. And he reads those recommendations because he's saying, more company, people are in different areas of the organization. And Mongolemo is observing things differently. So he wants to consume those feedback and say, let's be on the lookout. I want a stupid idea. So the way you operationalize that.
Oh, that's very good. Are there any specific challenges that you faced in the program and areas of improvement that you believe can be looked into? You've said now that feedback is very important.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean. I thought you meant on challenges, but challenges from the program.
Yes, or both your own and for the program.
I think the thing you can consider doing going forward is to be very prescriptive. So, for example, don't give me the book and say, go and read this book and give me feedback. Go to the world the way it is nowadays, the way it was attention span. You almost need
short,
a manual for everything. So if you can do a manual for how to read a book and critique it, really very brief, 10 steps to reading the book assignments and giving critique, 10 steps to watching a podcast and giving feedback. It's almost like if you don't push people hard enough, they're not even going to bother. So
you have to spoon feed.
Hey, when you are speaking in general terms, the Pareto principle is going to apply. Only 20% of the class is going to do, and the other 80% are not going to do. So for you to make sure that you are inclusive as much as possible, Alex Homizare, even make a tea. You don't say go and make me tea. Not very prescriptive. Take a kettle, check it's clean, put water, warm the stove, put the kettle. So even how to read the book, say, if it's sad how we've come to that state.
Yes.
About to can't action like they want to be given those instructions. So I would say consider those short manuals for the key activities that last,
especially reading, studying,
because
and
if you give me a book, I'm going to sit on it for a week. So you say the day you get the assignment, skim through the book, check the forward, check the komoraho. The second day now, take the book for an hour, sit in a quiet area, go through it like this, read a podcast. You see, you are equipping
encouraging
people.
Them,
So now if I don't do it,
you're reminding them the obvious.
Exactly. We have to be reminded, not taught.
Thank you. That's a very good insight. I wasn't aware of that, because already there's a presentation I'm making on Sunday.
Yeah.
We're on the third cohort. I'm already, based on what you're saying, I'm already going to share with them some tidbits. Guys, I know you may not have read all the books, but here are some clues as how to go about it.
Yeah.
Do it this like this. So that's very good. I appreciate that. Now, we want to talk about impact and future plans to see really what measurable growth or success can you attribute to the mentorship, clients, sales, visibility.
Move for Health. That's been the greatest thing to happen, because that's a project I've been working on for 5 years. And I was not sure where the project is going to go, how I was going to monetize. And then the mentorship program opened my eyes to the fact that we need to come together. We need to come together. You know, what I'm battling with Move for Health, I don't want to commercialize health. I don't want pay to play. I don't want to say, duela 50 pula or walk at 10,000 steps. Because we are going to leave 80% of the people out. And those 80% of the people are going to be a burden on the national GDP, because we are going to need to treat them. So now I just want a vision, mandate, let's do primary healthcare, let's tackle these NCDs. Are working, for crying out loud.
That's a low-hanging fruit.
Atomic habits. Habit number 1, walk. It will cascade, it will snowball. 10,000 steps. It's not horrible like 10,000. For between, it's been 5 years, but for 2 years somewhere there are 3,000 steps and I could barely manage. So from mentorship program, growth takes time. I started now I'm a master.
You're a veteran.
But I've had to realize what the growth takes time. We are in different starting points. So I think before get 10 or 40, I want to have 100,000 people sign up on 10,000 steps. I want to give it to organizations.
How far are you now?
we 100,000. So where am I? 200 divided by 100,000. So I'm less than 1%, less than 0.1%.
Yeah.
Hey, but then we've got committed people. Last year is Mulzarele 7 July.
Wow.
We are approaching 200.
Mm.
Ngwaga e simolola ne re ira bo top 10. Last year ne re ira top 3. Ngwaga e simolola ne re ira top 10. Ngwana re ira top 50.
Wow.
Ha re simolola top 50, top 25, not all of them were doing 10,000 steps. Before ngwaga o hela, ke expecta gore mo top 50 will 50 wotle be ira 10,000 steps. Next year I go tshwana go re publish a top 100 because we publish looking at how many ratio ya 10,000 steps. So you were asking what impact, what legacy, what measurable success have I had?
Yeah.
My success has come from this social entrepreneurship, because from the same group here 10,000 steps now, what I'm saying, if I guarantee that we are all healthy, if I guarantee that we are all living quality lives, we are all productive members of the community, then and only then can we talk trade, can we talk value exchange, can we talk other things. So from this same group here 10,000 steps, it was a group here Sell for Health. Now we are talking trade. Sell for Health.
Sell for Health. How does that one work?
It's a community. More WhatsApp. We are about 50. We are saying we've got people who are selling organic products, it's a skin. We've got people who are selling Lerumo. We've got tutors in there. This gentleman, 20 years experience as a teacher. We did our online tuition. I did some Microsoft Teams. Only that we did my Form 3, JC and O levels. My daughter will stand at 5. If he can recruit people, train them, charge 100 pula, give it 50 pula to the Twitter page student, keep 50 pula. It's like if provide my daughter with internet, every night between 6 p.m. and 8 p.m. I was on Microsoft Teams, because when I'm trying, but I'm not engaging to the same depth.
Yeah, especially who is a subject matter expert.
So sell for health, we said, anyone who is an entrepreneur, let's gather here and let's just market our products openly. So that's what this is.
I want to talk a little bit about Move for Health. To say is there no way that it can be monetizable by being linked to the clinic? Because I'm just thinking like a businessman.
So, remember the problem I was solving, Move for Health. My patients were coming and then they were going home. Track. Ba perform ba exercise adjacent. So since we launched our website, Move for Health is going to be a tool or a clinic and we are going
already using it.
And we are going to offer it to other clinics, even our website. It's a tool or we can offer it to our other clinics. So the future very soon, even a network of clinics telling the practice our lifestyle medicine, Move for Health as a tool, or plug the patients it's about. I can't see all the patients mobile, but I know how
that gives me a segue into the next question I'm going to ask you, which is how you are paying it forward in terms of passing on mentorship to others, because to me that is very important.
Go Eternity Medical Practice, we do community outreaches. Some of the things are very premature, they announce prematurely. But one of the things we have, we take fresh graduates from society, renally community outreach officers, by Lengore, Harlemo sighting, say Remo Molo, and we are screening people. Is out there mingling le batho ba ruta ka botsogo. Go na le leng gore mo tafoleng or ba screen or the actual screen the results we've done this at a very small scale, so we're looking to expand this through collaboration with Move for Health Layer Clinic. Soon you'll be hearing soon we'll be offering more spots to Batba trainer to become community health outreach activists. But by Twitter, screener, screener in the conditions I think what is normal, what is not abnormal. Because after all, Thuto on a tab, Thuto is a weapon. How you can market yourself anywhere. And it's entrepreneurship in itself because it's something we took off Mr. Bearded guy. You are saying you have to have structures. These people, how about. So we are going to train the youth to be community outreach officers. Then it's going to be at tiers levels.
Yes.
Program or redisseminate across Botswana. Hopefully soon.
So do you have specific goals for your for that? What do you say are your next goals following on the what specific measurables? They call them SMART goals.
I already
but
have
sometimes I talk about BHAGs.
I already have a organization, academic institution, trainer, a memorandum of understanding where we will be hosting their faculty at a fee. Then they will be given a market rate. Because if you've done health screening Lerona, you can do health screening home. And then this will be aligned with growing the number of students that move for health, because it's not who walk ahead. These people they need support. So I said I've got a client to move for health. I've got these academic institutions they provide lower level trainings for the market, and people are not market rate. I can combine these two whilst addressing cancer inside the NCD to say market ready. Let's see how we do this thing. So that's the biggest one we are working on. After that, we want to get into the workplaces with occupational health. But matata are these things, as you told us, my entrepreneurship. I think I'm close, but not quite that yet there, to leaving the clinic. In the next, before the end of the next year, I believe I would have built a fully functioning system operator without me. And then this is when we'll be able to divert all energies and attentions to do it. Because the challenge is this beautiful system at clinic and move for health. I tried to take on more at the same time. And then it becomes where I can create demand, but then the retention in class. Because I can give them my undivided attention. So when I know.
Are you not planning on taking on young doctors to join the team?
Or you're relying on
locums?
We want to do a franchise. There are already existing big clinics. Maybe there is a possibility of approaching them and doing mergers with our business model. Or maybe they come to us, we can absorb them, and then we do mergers. We realize the quickest way to get to where we want, and also with the business model at the clinic would be when we have got independent contractors by that are doing what we are doing for a small fee.
You already mentioned that you've upskilled yourself by getting an additional qualification. I think you said from Cape Town.
University of Cape Town, postgraduate diploma in occupational health.
Is there any plan to upscale your skills even further? And if so, what's cooking?
Funny enough, I was thinking about it yesterday. I'm thinking of doing a small postgraduate diploma in endocrinology. Endocrinology has to do with chemical messengers in our body, what we call hormones. Because at the end of the day, we are a byproduct of our hormones. If you are very stressed, cortisol goes high. it's a cascade. You physically, you'd be fat, you'd gain weight, all these things happen, you become depressed because of cortisol. If you are a lady, you are getting into menopause, it's because there's a change in your hormone levels. So I want to study intimately how hormones make us to be what we are, especially in relation to our emotions, because we are creatures of emotions, and emotions, they can make our hormones go up and down as well. So very soon I'll be looking to enroll, if not a business admin course, then a postgraduate diploma, either psychology or endocrinology.
Wow, that's very good. One of the people I brought to teach you was soon to be Dr. Lerumo. Do you remember him?
Yes, sir. Yes.
So he's a guru in this particular area.
Mentor, yes.
And he says that we are just a product of our hormones. I mean, emotions and hormones. If you need to, if you can upscale yourself to master these two, instead of your emotions controlling you, and if you can teach people to do that, that would be.
Oh, if I may. So through the clinic, one of the unions around, they approached us. We've got a Biggest Loser challenge going on currently, and then they asked me. So I'm the health advisor. So I was telling them about this hormone called cortisol. You know, when you get stressed, you release cortisol. Normally, it's made to push your sugar up just momentarily so that you can deal with the stress, get yourself out of that situation. Then it should go back down. Yeah, so let's say
Is that adrenaline?
No, cortisol.
Cortisol, okay.
So cortisol, allow metabolism. Adrenaline will give you, caffeine will make you to run away.
Boost,
But to run away, you need energy. So that's where cortisol comes in, to make your body dump all this energy into your system. So I was telling them that with chronic stress, the problem is like cortisol, so the body just keeps dumping all this energy into you. And what does it do? It stimulates hunger. So actually, you can explain it hormone if endocrinology to say, oh yes, cortisol goes up. It's not surprising. So it kind of changed my approach to food. I make it like a chemical can how a pilele boroto who can skolo to so there is a link between our hormones and our weight.
When you say that, you remind me of the fact that you posted on social media that this year you're going to lose X amount of kilograms. And you said we should hold your feet to the fire and make sure you do it. We're so, being your accountability partners that we are, how far are you with that?
I think I still have got about 7 more weeks left. But it's not been easy. It's good to have targets. It's good to have deadlines.
But I can say you've reduced considerably.
No, true that. And the fitness, oh my God, fitness lo ne godile. So to people who are also trying to lose weight, are prioritizing fitness.
Because what I've noticed is not so much about size or whether you are fat or not, although that is important. But the overriding thing is are you active?
True.
Are you active? Because we've seen people in their 90s who are active. I mean, I had a grandmother who died at 99, Auntie Matsone Sebel. She was 99, but she was this big. But she used to be in Massimo, very active throughout her whole life. But you'd say, looking at her, this woman is overweight. But she lived a very long and productive life.
You have to. And then, funny enough, exactly. Let's talk about mentorship. So you taught us, and the books taught us to look for mentors everywhere. That's one of the things I learned from the mentorship program, that go and learn from everyone. Anyone can be your mentor, even books. And as I was looking through the breadth of books, all the books kept saying the same thing: exercise, eat healthy,
Yeah.
get some rest, drink plenty of water.
Mm.
So just to add to what you are saying, hanya exercise it
Yeah.
and it's one of the things you speak about. Mr. Khengunyana speaks about all the mentors who visited us. Most of them never go gymming on a Sunday, got the tracksuit too.
Yeah.
So true say no fitness. I think I've improved. Just this past weekend, I went with my girls go tabeng yakale.
I saw you up there
Era.
because you're very active on social media. That's a
Era.
beautiful thing about me and you. We stay in touch without even meeting
Thank
because
you,
of
sir.
social media.
True that.
Yeah. But you have lost some weight. Are you keeping track of that?
No, I'm keeping track. Even go clinicking now. We've bought the latest scales. I wish I would have looked at the numbers, but I'm going to make them available at the end of the year to say how was been the movement. But because we look at absolute weight, lose it thing. You know, it's amazing. Okay, Vic, you are 100 kg, but only 40 kg is meat, 20 kg is bone, the other 40 kg kili huraela. And it doesn't stop there. It goes on to say half of that lihura it's on the skin, subcutaneous, and the other half of that lihura is the dangerous one. The organs. Exactly. So there's what we call visceral fat, and visceral fat is dangerous. And I like how we respond because it's Men's Month, Health Month, Wellness Wednesdays.
Is that why there's a thing called abdominal obesity? Part of the reason there's that problem.
Error. So how you are not sure so then this scales are 50% or maybe 90% of it it's around sebete. That one is the dangerous one because rather if you are going to be fat, rather have subcutaneous, more skinning hair, not lemipi inside.
Yeah. Okay. Now I've forgotten my. Oh yeah, I was going to ask you, in terms of your other colleagues, other mentees. You only mentioned the guy who helped you with the program. Can you talk a bit more about your fellow mentees and what you learned from them beyond the one who helped you with the chatbot?
Okay, so we've since stayed in touch. We had a group more WhatsApp. We are still active more the group thing. Sometimes we share opportunities on the group if there's one saw an interesting book, if one saw an event that's coming up they think we should attend. So even when there are other services, most of them they visited me at my practice actually, and then also some of them.
In other words, they are now patients or clients.
One or two I assisted, but more friends than clients.
Yeah.
More friends than clients. And then others have set me up in meetings with, I attended, my names are mentioned in places I'm not even aware of. Then I get pleasantly surprised, you heard about me from so and so. So there's that camaraderie which we've established, and we are staying in touch even to date. And then I just wanted to say, because I've had the opportunity to network with the group that came after us. Even them now, the networking is we are very big on networking. There are some friends I've made from subsequent groups.
And of course, you're attending a lot of our events. I invite you to the graduations as well as to the launches, and further opportunities for mentorship are there. I think that's the other thing that I want to emphasize. These launches and these graduations are always available for the alumni.
And then remember, just this past Sunday, I had an invite to come be a speaker. But I think I just wanted to be a consumer, and I just wanted to take in the message because it was a launch for the real estate mentorship program. And then I just sat at the back and I listened to the speakers. And they say self-development is the biggest investment you can ever make. I don't take for granted the amount of information I'm consuming. And just Mr. Dumilani,
Dumilopang.
Dumilopang of Yaron FM, he shared his story of how he got into an investment buying a piece of real estate, which he, now knowing what he knows, would have otherwise decided to invest elsewhere. So I might not be in a position to make that kind of investment. But you can rest assured that when the time comes, I'm going to do my due diligence. And I'm going to be informed. What he was saying basically is this: be careful of buying these pooled houses in community residentials, because your prices are determined by your neighbors, and then you have to pay levies, and then you can be more susceptible to market
fluctuations.
downturns. Exactly. So you are saying look more for where you are an independent investor. Even if you are going in with other groups of people you've pooled and invest in there, that's better than when you are in those communities, unless you own the whole block,
unless you have control.
You are a sole landlord. So I might not have money to buy real estate right now, but now I know I have the know-how. I have his experience. I'm carrying it with me.
Wow.
And when the time comes, I'm going to use it wisely.
Wow. That's very powerful. Now, we're just about to maybe wrap up, and I want you to prepare a final message for the mentees. But before we get to them, maybe I'll give you an opportunity for you to ask me a question, as is custom here in Mogobe Nuggets.
Okay. We've had a year since change of government now. We have a new cabinet, and there's been mixed emotions and mixed opinions on how they're performing. As a cohort, the cabinet, do you think a program such as this one, Mogobe Entrepreneurship Mentorship Program, could be useful for structures such as the cabinet? And if so, in what way?
Yeah, I hope this doesn't turn out to be a controversial situation, because I have known people in cabinet, in previous cabinets, and I've known people in current cabinets. And I know for a fact that they do not have, majority of them do not have a grounding on entrepreneurship. I know for a fact that a majority of them do not appreciate the inner workings of real estate. So I can say without any fear of contradiction that in as much as retirees are joining our mentorship programs, in as much as youngsters straight from high school are also joining our mentorship programs, it would then benefit anybody, including cabinet members, to humble themselves and to open themselves to learning. So I have no hesitation in saying that they will look up to me as someone who has succeeded in the real estate arena. But what they need to be aware of is that I'm ready, willing, and able, and very anxious to share my knowledge, my awareness. So if we can help my country, I've said it a few times that our problem is not lack of ideas. Our problem is failure of implementation. I've suggested previously that maybe some of our executives, whether it be permanent secretaries or even cabinet members, can be enrolled into Gordon School of Leadership or Gordon School of Economics in Pretoria or something similar, or even the Stanford Seed program, to learn about implementation or program, what is it called? Program, the whole idea is implementation. I forget the exact phraseology of what the programs are called, which are packaged specifically for people to, it's project management. That's what I was looking for.
Uh-huh.
That they need to acquire skills and project management. And if you think about it, both our mentorship programs are helping people to manage projects, to specialize in projects, and to manage them to success. So from that point of view, yes, although this may be controversial, somebody might say, Mogobe Garuta cabinet, blah, blah. I have no hesitation. They are human like everybody else. I've seen some of them leaving cabinet and say, Mr. Mogobe, we follow you. Mr. Mogobe, we are learning from you. Former cabinet members. So the same would apply for the present cabinet. So I hope that answers your question, sir.
No, it does. I really wish them the best. The reason why I ask, I think it's high time we as a country become we compete nationally now. We compete internationally on the world stage. Our state-owned enterprises such as BAMB should be putting out orders, millions of metric tons to Botswana, securing the markets. Brazil, in Botswana is going to supply grain to the world. Ukraine,
yes, we certainly have the space. We have the land.
Botswana, South African Airways just launched a double daily flight. Gaborone Joburg. Just recently, my partner and I go Cape Town. She was supposed to go Friday Galanchi. She went Friday Busiro. She was to come back Friday Motsagari.
Botswana.
She was supposed to come back Friday Motsagari. She came back Saturday Mapakela at the cost of the airline operator. So I hope as a country, and the reason why I say this is not even to say I want to be a player or I want to take part, but our children, the kids, the future. I hope they grow in a different Botswana from the one we are growing in, say. And I believe also that we need to change our mindset as a country. Entrepreneurship, we don't know everything necessarily. And when you say you want to mentor someone, you're not saying you know better than them.
No.
Now, you'll find when you highlight from them the ways, then they excel, they fly to horizons. Elon Musk, Rebecca, it's bad, so never take your over hearts.
Indeed. All right. The last thing is you looking at that camera, sir, and leaving the viewer with an uplifting message, not only about the mentorship program, but generally something for them to take home.
Life is not easy. Failure is hard. Success is also hard because they both require you to act. The best thing I have learned recently, we should be honest with ourselves. Let's manage our expectations. As a doctor doing entrepreneurship, I'm a very small fish. I'm a small fish. I'm just coming up. I'm not even 5 years practicing. I'm just enjoying the practice. I'm thrilled by it. If God willing, I make tons of money in the future, then I can buy the Mercedes-Benz, then so be it. I'm not thinking about that Mercedes-Benz and it's giving me peace. What I'm trying to say, God, often we have these massive, unrealistic expectations whereas in reality, we are something else. So let's try to match our expectations to our reality. Our goals can remain high. Your goals should always be high. But the expectations is realistic. If you are not realistic about your expectations, it's going to eat your mind up. And you might end up doing something you might regret later. So hella, for the sake of peace, to enjoy life, to be happy, let's be realistic with our current realities and circumstances. Let's talk openly, got the challenges the face it, and map a way forward out of the current situation. God willing, we'll make it.
Thank you very much.
No, thank you, sir.
It remains for me to say, guys, we've just launched another. We're just on number. Actually, we are on cohort 3. And if what you've heard is of interest to you, please reach out to us to see whether you can join us in cohort number 4 and be part of this movement. We want to change this country for the better. And thank you for taking the time. And please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. It remains for me to thank Dr. Thuto Victor for so generously sharing and for his willingness to participate in our programs. Thank you for loving your country and loving your people, sir.
Thank you,
We
sir.
really appreciate. Bye-bye.